The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Hey, Nick, go handle our light work.
Bowl games matter.
I would like a cold cut sandwich.
Attaboy, happen.
You can call him Eamon Owens because he ain't got no D and he ain't got no J.
James Madison.
Turn your body cams off. Do what you do.
Sorry, Rex. Another week. Another missing out on free pizza because you boys are on time once again, despite the fear that we had backstage when Scott realized it was 7:59 and freaked out and scared all of us. But we're here. It's Tuesday. It's time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I'm Mike. Scott's here. Scott, how we feeling, man?
Goddamn right. No free pizza. I'm feeling great. Refuse to lose, baby. Refuse to lose.
It's good to see you, man. How you doing? No backwards K last night. You guys good?
I old man to the shit out of it. In fact, I baseball injuried it. So yeah. So driving back from Louisville to pick up the kid on Sunday, got caught in those storms, right? Like the sheets and sheets of rain for long stretches. One is. Let me tell you how fun it was. So fun, in fact, that I was white knuckling it and like up on the windshield so that, I wouldn't crash driving, 40 miles an hour. And my back, woke up yesterday and stiff as a board. I tried to do everything. I couldn't. Sat there for an hour with the massage. Oh God, I have it on again. The massage thing. Had it on for an hour. Thought I was gonna be good to go. Nope. So I was like, I can't do it. And it's fine as long as I stand up, but sitting for long periods of time, just yeah.
So tonight should be interesting.
Yeah. I'm really hoping that I just did the massage thing for the last hour before the show started. I should be good to go. I did not dope up. That didn't seem to help. I tried that. It didn't. So
I love that you had to scratch the show because you hurt your back.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was the most old man shit ever. I text Chris. I'm like, dude, I gotta ask. I'm like, it's All-Star Week. We had that good show last. My back's killing me, bro. I can't do it.
See, this is a missed opportunity because
this podcast, my back hurts.
I know.
And that's what you should have tweeted out from the Backwards K account of hey man, we have a bit of a baseball injury. Our starter went down because he drove home from Louisville in the rain and his back went out. That's absolutely how you should have played that.
Yeah, it was absolutely a baseball injury.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, question mark?
We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting show. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
Better than Scott, which makes me feel really good. I'm over here. I'm stressed as fuck. It's been a rough week and it's Tuesday. And then I hear about that. I'm like, you know what, though? It's okay because I can get up and walk around and
hey, get wrecked.
Scott, let me ask you, is it so bad that you've just been wearing slides like flip-flops, or can you actually reach over to tie your shoes and shit?
No, yeah, see, that's where it is. It's just if I sit for an extended period of time, it seems to like stiffen up, and bending over it's out of the fucking question at the moment. It's just not happening. Feels real good when I lay down or I stand. So there's that.
Do yourself a favor, go to the little clinic and get some muscle relaxers. They're a hell of a time. It's worth it.
It was just the idea that I was like, God, I'm canceling the baseball podcast because this baseball-like injury. Sorry, guys, can't play tonight. Got a stiff back from driving.
I really and
old.
The kicker was that entire story was so old. I didn't know which point to work this in. I feel like that's exactly how you feel about it, Scott.
I do. That is exactly how I feel. I feel like
defeated.
I feel like Lou's face looks at you. That's how I feel.
And Chase backing me up saying, just took a muscle relaxer. Can't confirm what Nikki said. Yeah, see, like, them's the shit. Also, I want to shout out Chase's dog, who is now our dog. Like, that guy's a G. He says, my dog just sat up out of a dead sleep like the fucking Undertaker because he gets a treat at 8 every night. So, like, that sounds like our kind of dog, Chase. I am curious what your dog is and what he's getting, but we don't need to turn this into a dog show, but I will. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good, Mookie. Good work there, man. Yeah, Rex was waiting, Scott, for the show to pop up to talk about the draft and everything. We got you covered tonight, Rex. I
do. Chris was
on the
about to
draft.
go. Chris was giddy. He was about to go in too. I was like ready to talk about Caglione and then just kind of be like, all right, so Chris, what else you got? Because that's about all I got. Charlie Condon. Woo, gonna hit a lot of bombs there in Colorado, right? All right, that's it. That's like the extent of my baseball draft knowledge. Like I was out after that, but he was ready to go. Like I remember that show where you just like let me take the wheel for the NFL draft and just drone on and ramble on about the NFL draft for a good 30 minutes. And you were just
so out of the major sports, and like hell, go even as far as lacrosse if you want, but like, what percentage of guys from the MLB draft make it, and is it the lowest percent of all the leagues? Like,
yes.
But how bad is it?
It's the lowest because they also get like there's a ton of them that get drafted. They've scaled it back a little bit, but
didn't it used to be 25 rounds?
There was an unlimited by rule. There was like an unlimited amount of draft rounds that could happen. It was just until they stopped taking players, like until all teams stopped drafting.
I was gonna say, wasn't it like as long as one team wanted to keep going, they had to keep the draft going? Like,
yeah. And that's
the one team that's like, one more round. Here we go. God damn it, fucking asshole. We don't have anybody left on our board. I can't do this anymore. I said one more round. All right, we'll just fucking name a high school kid. All right, got him. Great. He's not coming anyways. We don't give a shit. But,
well, no, that's the thing. I don't think that like if a team is taking a pick, like I think all the other teams could like opt out of taking picks. So it's just that one team. Yeah, like so they and it's just you got guys that you still want to take, like here, like you just.
It's literally the Tampa Bay Rays sitting there for like 4 days after everyone else has already gone home, and they just like reek like BO.
Right. Well, but I mean, there's only so many guys that you can have on your roster, and then you got to cut and do all that, and it doesn't make financial sense.
Then you can't draft them though, Scott. I mean, shit, it's just like gray shirting in college football, which. How big of a week is this? Like, Scott, did you actually hurt yourself, or is that your excuse to die from your family and obligations in the real world to play NCAA football for like 24 hours straight?
Yes.
You motherfucker, you paid for the early release edition after all that shit last week.
Pass.
Wow. Hold on. Let me get it to him.
Sell out.
Is that a sellout?
Yeah, he just chucked over a bunch of his change unnecessarily. Like,
well, no, here's the thing.
That's a very anti-Kaiser move.
No. I found a loophole. And
okay.
And I crunched the numbers and I did some things, and I got it to be the exact same price of what it would be to buy it at the store, regular price. Like it was $75 after I did the thing that I did. So I was going to pay $75 after tax for the copy. So I just did it and I got the early access. Now I don't have the physical copy like I would like prefer to, but since I was paying the same price and getting it 3 days early, I was like, yes, fuck it. I'm just going for it.
So how much will you pay me for my physical copy?
Nothing, because when I want a physical copy, I'll just wait till it goes on super sale, like, this time next year before the next one releases, and I'll buy a copy then. Like, I'm not worried about it.
I was just trying to get like $10, but that's fine. So why are you being so coy about this, Scott? What did you do to make up the difference here? What's the gameplay, man? You're not going to help a brother out.
Oh, well, because it's girl math. Like I had to do a little girl math to get there. I was kind of hoping you just didn't ask the question.
Just quit. Just quit. Well, now we're not going to go into too many details.
That's fine. I'm just trying to say, if my boy knows how to get me $20, like help me out and let me get $20. Like, I don't know why you but if it's girl math, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. It was girl math.
I saw a meme that was like, my wife was mad at me for spending $30 extra to buy the early release of college football. But what she doesn't realize is that I'm saving $40 by not taking her out this weekend so that I could play college football. So it checks out. It's a smart decision. I feel like that was Scott's rationale there. I'm just like,
it's a little similar. So if you bought the EA, the play thing, like their little membership, you got 10% off of it, right? Well, I started crunching the numbers. And if
I was gonna say, here's killing in the chat. Did you have Cole's cash? Valid question.
I wish they would have taken.
Also, Scott, what the fuck does that mean? Girl math?
You better.
Hold on. Yeah,
I will back him up. That was just a trend of like girl math. Of like if you didn't if you spent money and returned it and then bought something else, it was like getting it for free. Like there's a whole social media trend.
I was gonna say that wasn't me going mookie with it. That was just
what is this shit?
You know what that means.
I was gonna say
what that means.
One thing about a terrible outfit on Carly Lloyd, and I didn't even say anything about her most recent edition, but that's fine. Jenna brought it up. Let me tell you, we were watching the final. She said it. I didn't say shit, and I looked at her and go, and that's what they screamed at me for when I did it. So thank you for saying something.
Well, Jenna's allowed to.
Right, I was just going to say, what we're
now I know the rules.
Like, come on.
Now I know the rules, all right.
Robert Taylor said that Mahomes hooked up a TV in his camp dorm room for the first time to play NCAA. This game it's unreal, fellas. It's absolutely unreal. I cannot wait to get my copy on Friday.
Your sons don't actually know what NCAA football is all about.
None of them. They only know a world where college football does not exist in video game form.
Although that is interesting. I wonder if anyone's looked at the numbers of like, okay, when NCAA football went away, did like birth rate go up suddenly? Because it's like, well, I got all this free time, might as well do it.
It's when we started trying. Anyways, let's. Well, I mean, I don't have to go pick up.
It was worthy.
Yeah. We'll talk college football. I want to talk. Mookie kind of hinted at the Copa America Final. I want to talk about that fiasco that happened.
Jesus, that was awful.
Irish fans are petty, and I love them. So we'll get to that after England lost to Spain in the Euros final.
It's coming home. It's coming. Nope.
We also somebody else has felt the wrath of Jerry Rice. It's not just Scott that knows that Jerry Rice is not to be fucked with. Other people have learned that this week as well. We'll talk about the home run derby. Rex mentioned the national anthem singer from the home run derby. We'll get into that, plus our reactions to it, to the event itself, the new format, all that good stuff. Plus, we've got a real life baseball injury to talk about. And guys, I don't know if you know this, but Bronny James won Summer League. I'll tell you what I mean about that in a little bit. Before, though, we're like 13 minutes in. We haven't even introed our beers yet. What's in your mug, Scott?
Shit, mine's almost gone.
What's in your mug, Scott? Rated on Caesar scale, dog or no dog?
You know the rules around these parts. I see Southern Tier. I don't ask questions.
Good call.
I found me a new Southern Tier. Tonight we have their collaboration with the world famous Perry's Ice Cream, Orange Twist, an Imperial 8.6% orange ale. It has orange and cream, and it's fucking doggish. I mean, it tastes like a creamsicle, and it's a little boozy at 8.6. I'm not gonna lie, but it tastes just like a creamsicle, dude. It's so good. It is so damn good, and it's not overly sweet either because it's an ale, so it's not like a little heavier like some of those stouts. Like their specialty stouts are a little bit sweeter. Not this one.
One of our favorite creamsicles was the Mad Tree creamsicle. How does it rate towards that one? Better, worse, on par? Where are we at? What are we working with?
Boozier, because that one I specifically remember was much less, and we were kind of disappointed because of the percentage was very low. This is 8.6, and you can taste it's 8.6. Like it's good,
I'm so jealous right
but
now.
and then like I'm actually surprised that they're able to have the flavor come through as much as they do because of how boozy it is. Like it's incredible.
Especially for orange and cream. Those like
Yeah, I was just gonna say they're easy to
layered.
kind of drown out and flavor profile wise.
Chase saying this is like the third beer on this show that's tasted just like a creamsicle. So at what point does that stop being impressive?
when it stops tasting good, Chase.
Look, I was gonna say when I drink a beer that claims to be something, if it's not that something, then it's not impressive. Plain and simple. Like the bar is low. If you say this is what this beer tastes like, that's all I need. And it better
And
fucking nail that.
in all fairness, there have been so many beers that we've had that claim to be something and
that
don't
weren't.
taste like that at all.
Yeah,
So when a beer delivers on the flavor that it's
highlight that shit.
it's impressive.
You gotta let them know.
Good brewing from a group of brewers to another group of brewers. That's
Oh shit!
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
we can say that. Huh? How about that?
Well,
What are you
and further
drinking?
tier being my
Well,
favorite.
you two can at least. I feel like
you emptied a bucket.
I emptied some. I ate some of the stuff.
I had plenty of people commenting about how I dropped the bucket.
I
into the
was
bag.
so excited about it. But you know, my favorite part was when he dropped it the second time, and Jenna goes, "He did it again!" And I was like, "Did we expect anything different?" So
That's some high quality editing that I let Mike get away with.
I don't know what you're talking about. I completely edited out the stool that you were stepping on to dump that in there. So you
Yeah.
should be grateful.
Mookie, what you drinking?
That could have been a rough spit take there, but I feel like Scott and I are on feeling the same thing about our beer, even if they couldn't be different. Mine is a Nugget Nectar from Trog's Independent Brewing. It is an Imperial Double Red Ale, and oh my god, this shit is delicious. It is smooth. It has a ton of hops, but it's not bitter. You know what I mean? It drinks really well. Comes in at 7.5% as well, so it's like right from that same cloth, but not quite in that same flavor palette. Oh, this absolute dog. I would wrestle with this one any day of the week.
I would wrestle with this one. That's a good.
That's what you do with dogs.
That's
You
a good
wrestle.
boy. Yeah,
Oh, I was confused for half a second. I was like, why are you wrestling beers now? Huh?
I'd wrestle this beer too. This thing it's delicious. I'm really disappointed. It's only a 12-ounce can instead of the 16-ounce because this shit's about to be toast. But before Mike finishes, I bet.
probably. All right, Robert, going back, he was drinking Bottle Logic's Krakatoa, a 6.2% fruit sour ale with pineapple, marshmallow,
smoothie
vanilla, and
style.
strawberry. He says it's a dog. Oh, and it's smoothie style. Dude.
That's what we need. We need to get someone needs to make an orange
motherfucker, man.
creamsicle smoothie style. That's when we'll stop talking about it, Chase. Because at that point, you're done. You can't beat that.
That
Just
would-
thinking about that sour with the lactose in there to make. Oh God, I bet that's amazing.
Where do you guys come down on pineapple? How do you feel about pineapple as a flavor?
I fuck with it.
It's
love
such
it.
a it's touch and
weird
go.
because I don't like pineapple on its own. Like I don't want to eat pineapple, but a pineapple
Interesting.
flavored drink,
Well,
I'm on board with.
That's my thing. I like pineapple, the fruit. I'm not crazy about the flavor. Like pina coladas, I'm not a big fan of it because it's
dude.
like it tastes just like fake to me. So it's
Well,
gotta if
okay.
it's gonna have pineapple in it, it needs to be mixed with things to where I really can't really taste it all that much. Like Dole makes that like pineapple, strawberry, orange, fucking all the fruits juices. That shit tastes amazing, and it's got all the pineapple juice in there.
So Rex is over here drinking Jameson and ginger. It's always a
Yeah.
dog. And based on the sentence he followed that up with, I think he's been into it for a while because he said, use the ninja smoothie, Naker Tio, Manake your own.
What a boy, Rex.
No, that's why I wanted free pizza to soak up some of that.
Yeah, he's like, I got to do
Soak up
something
some of
about
that
this Jameson
Jameson.
and ginger, which, by the way, I believe Jameson and ginger is called a Greyhound, which is a fantastic
Oh,
drink. So
really?
I get it.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that it had a
If it's
name.
not, it is now. That's
Shout out Carissa.
Yeah, that's an
She's
amazing
big on those.
I like that.
Tyson said he's drinking a Mick Ultra, a dog worth walking. Also, great profile picture there. We appreciate you. Let's see. Let's scrolling. Joe Hall saying fresh pineapple is amazing.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
And then Sarah saying, is it the fake pineapple or fake coconut you can't stand?
It's actually
Mm.
both. But I'm
That's
not
what I
as
was gonna say. If
crazy.
you get a
That's the thing.
fresh
I'm not
pina
as
colada-
crazy about real coconut either. Like real coconut has to be. I'm real particular about eating real coconut. So.
Fun fact: I've never eaten coconut before in my life.
What?
Never. Like if
Dude.
a candy bar has coconut in it, pass. Never tried it.
You're
never
missing
ate
out,
it.
bro. You're missing
Nope.
out.
German
Nope.
chocolate cake?
Nope.
German chocolate cake is so
Bro.
fucking good,
Oh
dude.
my
You're
God.
missing out.
You got
man.
coconut in that thing? I ain't fucking coming near it. All right. I'm not.
Well,
doing
I know what I'm getting you for your
Um,
birthday now, so thanks for helping me out decide that.
Scott, you had your old reliable rule of every time you see Southern Tier, you get it. I have my old reliable rule of I forget to go to the store a lot. So I am drinking Belgian wit beer from High Grain again. This is the second time I've done it. It's a dog. It's a good beer. Totally worth picking up. So good that I still have 2 left from the 6er that I've had in my fridge for a month now. Craft Brewed Sports. That's what we do. Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking, whether or not it's a dog. Fellas, where should we go first? Because we've got just little bits all over the place here. What do
Wait
you
a minute.
want to
Hold on.
start off with? Where?
Like, are you basically sitting here asking us both to our face, where are you going to go?
Yeah, where are you going to go? Where are we going to go to start this show?
Wow, he is impervious to now. This sucks.
Yeah, it's
You've ran it into the ground, folks.
Man.
also
you know what, though? You know what, though?
telegraphed that one too much. When you walk me into it, it's way better, but that one was telegraphed.
Yeah,
You
it was.
started it. I mean, that's the problem, but okay.
I'm gonna throw Mookie a bone. Let's talk soccer. Soccer adjacent, I guess we should say, because this isn't really about what happened on the field. This is what happened before the game. So the Copa America Final happened in Miami, Argentina versus Columbia at Miami Hard Rock Stadium, and the game was delayed like an hour because fans just bum rushed the gates. Like they were just like, you know what? I know you're trying to take tickets here. Fuck you. We're coming in, and just pushed through the gates. Security guards got knocked down. It was a whole January 6th thing going on there. People had gone into the stadium, wrecked escalators because they were climbing all over the place. There were too many people to contain. They got to the stands and just sat down, even though they didn't have tickets. And then people got in there and got to their seats and were like, hey, this is my seat. And people were like, fuck you, call security. What are they going to do? They got bigger things to deal with right now. I'm not moving. So they were just like people arguing in the stands. Mookie, I got to know, though, because we're 2 years away from the World Cup. Previously in the semifinals, there was a fight in the stands. It was Uruguay and Colombia, right? Where there was the players like Malice in the Palace style went into the stands and fought people because they were going after their family. Now we've got fans rushing through security. People paid thousands of dollars for tickets and couldn't get into the stadium. Like, are we ready to host a World Cup, or is this going to be a disaster on the world stage?
Oh, it's going to be a disaster, most likely. Like, let's just accept some of that. Now, quick shout out to I believe it's a Netflix documentary, The Attack on Wembley, covers Euro 2020, when this is what happened when England played Italy in the Euro Cup final, and a bunch of British fans who had been on lockdown during quarantine and their team was in the final. Basically, the mindset is, there's 20 of us, 2 of you, what are you going to do to stop us? And like, this is a known thing in football, apparently, where like you have these groups of people who will organize on Twitter and shit and just be like, yeah, we're going to bum rush this gate at this time. And they all just kind of collectively go for it. Because if you get caught, they're like, oh, cool, I caught a drunken disorderly charge, BFD. But like, this is my nation in the final. How could I miss this or whatever? And like, people they're fucking crazy. And it didn't stop once the game started either. Did you see what happened after the match with the president of the federation getting fucking arrested with his son for fighting security? Like, people are in this is
the sentence I've ever heard. The president of the federation got arrested with his son for fighting security. That's
right.
That's amazing. What an amazing
the Colombian, notably the side that lost, apparently the president of his federation, which like that would be like Adam Silver for the NBA. Like, it's bigger than that, though. That is the head of that sport in your country. after the match, they're trying to go down some hallway apparently, and a security guard said, "No, this area is closed." And the guy started screaming. I don't know if he dropped "Do you know who I am?" But like that's kind of how it went.
That was
and then the security guard pushed him. So the president pushed him back, at which point then his son put the security guard in a headlock and started punching him. And then the rest of the security guards came and got him. Like, this is what football, soccer means to everybody else in the world. Like, this is, I don't know if this is America's wake-up call, but how insane people are around this sport. But, like, this shit isn't news to soccer fans. It just, like, finally made it onto America's consciousness. Like, motherfuckers are crawling through the vent. Like,
yes, I was gonna pull that up. Scott, I wanted to see if Scott had
like,
seen the images of what happened. Did you see what went on at this final?
I did not. I just heard. I didn't see any of the actual images.
Fans were legit like busting through the gates, trampling. People got trampled.
Yeah.
There were like little kids where the security guards were trying to take the kids away from the parents to like protect them so they didn't get stamped. It was like Black Friday in the 90s is what this was basically like.
Except it was all, this motherfucker with his dog, which by the way.
Yes, there was a guy with the dog.
Like, what are you doing? Like, you're part of the problem, homie. But like this, so again, like this is like, I don't get it. It doesn't look good on the sport, but this is what people do. They get so excited, and they're again, and in the Attack in Wembley version, when they were talking about Euros final, the final I think was at like 6 p.m. Downtown London was out of control, drunk and disorderly at 10 a.m. So for those of you at home doing the girl math, that's 8 hours. These people are already blacked out, swarming the streets, booze everywhere. People just chucking 24-ounce tall boys.
Careful.
10 a.m. for a 6 p.m. final. That's the same shit that happened here. Motherfuckers got hammered, and then they just don't give a shit. And like,
it was crazy. Scott, this image right here is a dude climbing in through the air conditioning vent, which is brilliant and stupid at the same time. Like,
I mean, it was Miami. It was probably hot as fuck, so not a bad place to be, right? If that's where it ends,
no,
then,
it's the vent. It's not. What?
You don't think they're blowing cold air through there?
No, I don't.
But like,
well, they're at least sucking.
This guy think that like you get into a vent and you could just pop out anywhere and you're like in.
Yeah, because they've watched too many not Christmas movies and seen people crawling through vents to do things. That's why.
And you know what, though? His rationale, again, was probably like, look, as long as I go this way, which is across the wall into the stadium, wherever I pop out, I'm closer. Like, maybe it's a supply closet. Maybe it's a concession stand. Who knows? But I'm making progress, right?
It's like when the Indians, and I could say that because that's what they were at the time, the Cleveland Indians. I've
slipped up like that, too. Kick, save, and mute.
You remember when they sent the relief pitcher through the vents to go into the
yeah. God, that story just came up, and it was a name that I was like, hold on a second, that was him.
Wait a minute, say that. Hold on, what he did? What?
There was a Albert Bell was accused of corking his bat, so they took the bat off of him and they moved it into the umpire's locker room, like to check it after the game. So the Cleveland organization decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get a relief pitcher who's not going into this game, have him climb through the vents, drop down into the umpire's locker room, switch out the bat, climb back up, get back into the clubhouse, and he did. That's exactly what he did. It's
amazing.
It's a real thing that happened, and
he also got caught.
I was gonna say he would have gotten away with it. One of you damn kids.
Hold on. Like, how did he get caught? Like, it sounds like he pulled it off, but then they found out like after the fact. Like, the swapperoo happened.
There was like stuff from the ceiling, tiles had like fallen on the ground. And
I get it. It's like, because it's that drop ceiling with that cheap, like shitty stuff that if you touch it, it just sprinkles.
90s.
So there was just snowflakes around the floor. They couldn't have had housekeeping come in and just be like, oh, just routine maintenance. Like, we'll have a security guard with us, so nothing hinky happens. But we're just gonna vacuum up this evidence.
You're sitting there saying all that, and I mean, isn't it more prudent to just like have somebody like that, just a clubhouse attendant or somebody, just walk through the fucking
just walk in
umpire's locker room? Yeah, take it instead of trying to James Bond it. Like, the James Bond story is so much funnier and better. But getting caught, it's like, oh man, it loses kind of its luster. Like that's why you haven't heard. It's like, oh, because he didn't get away with it. Like,
Yeah.
got busted because of like dumb shit.
By the way, can we get Mookie? Can you get the air horn ready? Because when we brought up this image here of this Colombian fan climbing through the air conditioning vent, Sarah said Colombian John McClane, and then followed it up with Juan McClane.
Juan McClane.
But also, isn't it a little bit of a
Race card.
Little bit.
a teddy bit? Plus, we might as well get the first one out of the way, right? We broke the seal. Now the fun gets to happen.
So Dan was saying that it was wild. A couple dudes climbed like 3 stories to get in. I hope the World Cup is just as crazy. We need some real fanaticism in this country.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, like Dan over here. Bring back fanaticism. Make fanaticism great again. No, we don't want that type of fanaticism. Like fans still gotta like obey the rules and shit. Like, look, I'm all about getting into those games, but it's kind of crazy. There's going too far, and I feel like climbing through vents and shit's just a tad.
That's where you draw the line. It's climbing through the vents. What about smashing through the barricade?
I mean, I'm down to follow somebody who smashed through the barricade on some old like, yeah, he did it, and I was just kind of like, like a trailer. I
didn't trample that old lady. She was on the ground when I found her like that. I just walked over her. No big deal.
Well, no, I mean, I'd help her. Ma'am, are you okay? And then, oh God, you got to be more careful. As I just walked through the gates like afterwards,
and
like
then you
just
take
totally, yeah, just like totally snuck in. Like, I'm down to break the rules to get things. I'm just not the one to like instigate it. Like if there's a riot, like if people start smashing and grabbing, like I'm down to grab, but I just don't want to be the one who smashes.
Hold on, you said you're not up for instigate. I call bullshit because you were the one that's outside. Now you might not be the first through the line, but you're the one that's out there that's like, guys, it'd be fucking crazy.
Well,
like,
yeah.
Just like ran in. Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna stop. They can't stop all of us, right?
I like the match.
You are the
and Scott probably hits him with like, there's 6 of you guys.
The match that lights the fuse that starts the rebellion, my friend.
We're pointing out Scott is all for mob mentality.
Hell
He
yeah.
sure he puts himself in the right part of the mob.
Yes. Like I said, smash and grab. I'm just going to grab though. Like I'm not smashing. I'm like, yo, I didn't damage property. I just took some.
It's the schoolyard situation all over again. Scott is out here like, do you hear what the fucking said about you?
Oh God, yeah. Ain't nobody called me a bitch
like
this week and gotten away with it, but I'm just a different type.
Oh God, this is so easy, Rex. Are you kidding? Sip, chug, drain, pour. Who is going to break the gate? Mookie, Scott, or Mike?
Mookie.
It's Mookie.
Nobody's even gonna ask. Like we're just gonna be standing there, and all of a sudden a chair's gonna fly through the gate. Like what the fuck? Look like it need to be broken. Let's go, guys. And at that point, I'm following him in, and I was gonna say, shit. I'm fine.
It's 100% Mookie is breaking down the gate, doing whatever he does. Scott is sneaking in beside him, and I'm standing still at the tailgate, like watching you guys leave, just like
God bless you. Go Irish.
I was thinking more that you were at least standing to watch his lookout. Like, I'm not saying that you would do a GD thing to stop anything that might happen, but just a, maybe a little warning or a heads up our way. But otherwise, yeah, officers, they went that way.
Nope, it's just me with my drink. Like, oh, this is not.
Yeah.
Good.
What kind of Gatorade is it again? What kind of Gatorade is it again, Narc?
And I can't help, Scott. I can't help.
Wait, hold on. Can we back up for a second here? Because it's time to finally reveal a truth here that I've been holding. The reason why I called that Gatorade the white cherry was because I didn't want to say that I was drinking white Gatorade and expose myself to Scott being like, well, of course you're drinking white Gatorade. So that's the only reason why I used the flavor, was to avoid Scott making me turn red.
Yeah, well, look
you
how
miss
that worked out
one.
for
You
you.
miss one landmine, you step on another.
Bigger one. A deep
I am
hole.
not a co-op.
Mike, I got the drop ready if you want to throw Papa N's thing up there. He's all for it.
Fuck it, let's just.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hell yeah!
I'm just now realizing I gringoed the fuck out of that.
You
Yeah,
did.
you did. I don't know.
He said what?
1, 2, 3, guys.
He
God
teed you-
damn.
He teed you up at everything, and your
Oh,
white
my
ass
Lord.
read
That's-
that as
I'm a-
1, 2, 3. Jesus,
what?
man.
You know what? I got it.
Hold this L real quick. Hold it. Just hold it for me.
I'm just gonna hang
I
on
thought
to
you were
that
gonna do
for
the
ya,
white as
Father Dear. I
mayonnaise
appreciate you,
one
bro.
because
Yeah,
you
that's
deserve that
good.
one too.
That's
That's the one.
Hey, I've seen white people before. You know what I'm saying? But you motherfucker, man, you white as mayonnaise, man.
There you
Yep.
go.
You are.
Yeah.
I even stopped for you,
1,
man. I
2,
stopped and
3.
you're like 1, 2, 3, just like counting it in.
Hey, do it with an Italian accent.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Nailed it. You nailed it there, Mook. All right. Chase is saying that I'm not a co-op, I'm a fed.
Yeah, I buy that.
Rex said that sounds like a fed. And Chase said if we ask if you're tell us. Robert Taylor, the only one on my side. That's understandable. That was I don't host. I know how that's going. And then
Can't cut him off mid-read. Good lord.
do it in an Italian accent. 1,
Ooh.
Oh god.
3 bats.
Oh my god.
fun.
Hey, how good is Count Chocula though? I mean, for real,
Pretty good.
It is
pretty
bomb.
fucking good.
I'll take that. Tyson made a comment. I can't find it now because it's been buried, but he said something about Messi hurting his whittle foot. Messi
yeah.
did get hurt in that Copa America final. Scott, I don't know if you saw this, but like normally soccer players go down. You're like, all right, man, come on, you're not that bad. But he got out of the game. There it is. Thank you. Messi, spelled with a Y, hurted him's foot. Dude, his ankle was jacked up.
Yeah, it was
It
legit,
is
though. That's-
gigantic.
Oh damn,
Yeah.
I didn't
He's
see
got
that.
a softball in his ankle. Like,
Yeah.
Messi's out for a while, Mookie, right?
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm so excited. Like, this is only good for FC Cincinnati. We had a terrible showing in Charlotte this weekend, but like, dude, they said something. They're like, well, they've confirmed Messi's out the next 2 games. I'm like, bitch, he's out 2 months. Like, do you see that? Plus, he is not young anymore. Like, that is huge. Now, a lot of that can be immediate swelling. but
I'd be out for
depending
the
on where
year with that
sprain
fucker.
is.
Like, and I mean, it could be game 1. I'd be like, guys, that's it. Pack it in.
Wrap it up.
That's not healing before the end of the season. I can promise you that. And then there'd be some ass who'd be like, is it not going to heal, or is it because NCAA came out today? Yuck, 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 yuck.
Why you gotta be so salty? Scott? Just asking some questions, brother.
Because me of all people, I don't want to come on here and tell a story that makes me look old as fuck like I am, and there's nothing older than hurting your goddamn back driving in the rain. Right?
Yeah, well, no, I think you're really
Like, I would have come up with something much better if I was gonna skip out to play NCAA.
You would think that you would, but you didn't. So, like, this is where we're at now.
Rex said Messi got hurt playing soccer. Scott was driving. Messi still would have did his podcast.
No, he wouldn't have. Did you see the size of his ankle?
Tyson said his ankle looks like Bill Burrow's everything. Look at the picture.
Oh gosh, amazing. I was, it's funny. I was wondering if somebody was gonna spoof that, and I thought like that is not one that I would have thought of. That's amazing. Oh god, Tyson,
it looks like,
I need you to send that photo to me. Actually, I need that. That's gonna be my new profile pic. Send that to me, please.
It's not an invitation to put it in the group. We're just
No,
all of those.
no. That's going because that's
that.
going. That is going straight to my profile. I don't fuck the group. The group doesn't deserve this jelly.
But then Scott's just gonna post constantly in the group so that everybody sees.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yes, that's the way of getting it in there. Duh.
All right, I got one more soccer story for you. The other big tournament ended the same day as the Copa America. It was the Euros 2024, England versus Spain. Spain.
Wait, hold on a minute. Are we actually going to talk about the game at all? Or are we good? We're just like
no. Didn't you listen to the
topics
beginning
around.
of that where it's not about the game? Nobody gives a shit.
So okay,
Columbia,
fine. I guess.
Columbia lost. Argentina won. There you go. Caught you up.
Okay, but did either of you watch any of it?
Yes.
Answer's no. Oh, you did?
I did. Absolutely did. And I was really pissed off because the gummy hit way earlier than I thought it was going to because of the delay to the start. So by the end of the game, your boy was very, very tired. And it was hard work to stay awake during that game.
It was rough. But, dude, we got treated to a world-class soccer match. I know a lot of people are going to talk shit about it, but the tactics, the positioning, just the fundamentals that the guys had, there wasn't a lot of flopping. It was a fairly clean game. It was physical. It got out of hands at times, but it was world class. There's nothing you can complain about unless you're Columbia about the result. But like, dude, it's also cool because so Messi's got a Batman. He's got a Robin, his Batman, right? Angel Di Maria. That was his last game for Argentina. And to see that 36-year-old out there playing the full 120 minutes and getting the win, it was magical. It was a wonderful night. Sucks that it was delayed an hour and a half by just drunken idiots. But you know, that's
profile picture changed.
Oh boy, so we just gotta pull it up just to see.
Oh, God.
I don't get it.
All right. Speaking of drunken idiots, the Euros 2024 ended and England lost to Spain. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Irish people don't take too kindly to England. Like, they don't like them very much, and they'll celebrate when England loses in anything. So this was recorded at a bar in Ireland after Spain put the nail in the coffin and beat England. And I laughed so incredibly hard at this video. It's just a bunch of drunken Irish people singing Gasolina by Daddy Yankee, who's not from Spain. He's Puerto Rican. And they were just like, we're celebrating this. Play anything that's in Spanish. Like, this is our Super Bowl, baby. Scott, the pettiness on this one is amazing. The racism in this is amazing. Just all around highlight of my weekend. Extremely great.
Yeah, this was one of those things that popped into my news feed, and I thought it was fake because I was like, "Wow, this is wildly racist." Like, if this explanation of what I'm looking at is correct, and I kept scrolling, I didn't think anything of it, and then you started playing, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" That was a real thing, huh? Like, damn, it's petty, but wow, it's racist. Oh, fuck. Just anything with play anything with the 1, 2, 3 in it, huh? Am I right? Am I right?
I mean, again, I think this just sticks with the theme. Like, welcome to international football. This is exactly what you should expect.
God.
Like, they don't care who catches the strays as long as that everyone knows how much England sucks. Like, this is what it is, man. Like, ugh. It's not a delicate place.
Dan said that's the whitest Daddy Yankee shit I've ever seen. And Rex said, wait, was Mike pro racism just now? No, sir. I thought it was funny. It was funny racism. There's a big difference. I'm not for racism, but I'm for funny stuff. And that's pretty funny. That was amazing.
Can we get it one more time? Is that too much?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe just mute it. Like, let's just.
No, you need the sound. You need the kind of thing. They don't know any other word except Gasolina.
But I also think it's funny that, like, they're at a bar that's basically an airplane hangar. Like, what's going on in there? Like, look at that place. That is That's a situation.
That's also the telltale sign that I don't know what the fuck's going on. That's how I rap now when I get to the parts that I used to know but don't really anymore because I don't listen to it as much as that, and just throwing the hey, yeah, like till I get back to the part that I know. Like, yeah,
This reminds me of a TikTok I saw recently where there was this girl on there talking about how couples should share finances, and it's important to be open about it because she goes, my boyfriend has spent $800 on touch tunes in the last month or last 3 months or something, and she's like, blah blah blah, like that's a ton of money. It is, but it's not that big a deal. But then you look at it and you go through the purchases, half of them are the Purdue fight song. And I was like, yeah, that tracks. That's 100% spot on. Like, you have those regulars you go back to, and I bet you this was just in someone's touch tunes, and everyone just kept saying, yo, let me get some more credit. Just play it again. Just put that shit on repeat. They found one, and they stuck with it.
That's a rough fight song to have to.
I mean, that's true too. I'm like, bro,
I just played 3 straight hours of the Purdue fight song, bro. Let's get another round.
Wait, so have you guys ever done that though, where you log on to the touch tunes for a bar like somewhere where you're not, and you just buy 10?
No, I have
of Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you.
For something that wasn't going to benefit me. What the fuck?
I've done it at the bar I was at. I've never like logged in and just played it at a bar that I'm not at just to troll people, because I don't know if it actually. I don't get to the satisfaction of seeing the reactions. But I heard John Mulaney's bit about playing "What's New Pussycat" at the Salt and Pepper Diner as many times in a row as they could. And I was like, this is something I got to try. So I have done it at bars that I've been to, but not at a bar. I've never logged in.
See, but that's where you're missing like that evil, like super villain aspect of it, where you're like, I don't even need to see their suffering to know they're suffering. And that gives me pleasure.
I said, did Mookie just ask Scott if he spent money frivolously?
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering too. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, what?
Scott's like, yeah, if they gave me that five. Do you
remember? Do you remember what I did to get the game just now? Like, I had to walk myself through justifying it. Like, I'm gonna be paying for that NCAA for like a long time. Like, don't you worry. That's $75.
I will tell you though, dude,
$75 by the time I get done with it.
The EA Play Pass or whatever the hell it's called, that shit's legit though, because you get everything in their library. It's a little later, but like, who gives a shit, right? You're still playing the game.
Well, I need to make sure I cancel that shit because I only did it. I only did it get fucking early access.
But Scott, that's how you get the latest Big Goals cast.
They got me with Barry Bucks, okay? Dude, for real, I didn't even finish that story. Y'all would laugh even harder. Like, the whole girl math thing, like it. Yeah, I'm mad.
All right,
bro.
We'll save that one. That'll be a post game show. Let's
play the intro bit.
Shift. We did.
What are we talking about? Football stuff.
We're switching from football, and we're gonna talk football. The American Century Classic was over the weekend in Lake Tahoe, where you get like a bunch of athletes together to golf in a tournament. And
wait, shit, that happened? That's over?
Yeah, Marty Fish won. He finally broke through and won since the COVID year. Great tournament. Always a lot of fun to watch those guys out there golfing, and it's normally a good party atmosphere. But apparently Jerry Rice didn't get the memo that it's like supposed to be a laid back fun thing, because he got into a bit of an altercation. So he was walking from 17 to 18. Sorry, Caesar. He was walking from 17 to 18. And that's where like you post up if you want to get selfies or autographs or whatever. And as he was walking, 2 journalists, credentialed journalists, approached him and said, hey, Jerry, do you think the 49ers wide receiving core is good enough to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? And Jerry took offense to that, a lot of offense. He thought they were trolling him, and Jerry responded by getting in the guy's face and saying, I will fuck you up. If you want some, come get some, before somebody separated him and pushed him out of the way. Jerry Rice,
awesome,
ready to fight a journalist because he asked about the 49ers wide receivers core. This, as a reminder, this is the same guy who blocked Scott on Twitter Because Scott mentioned the Popeyes drum face mask.
Dude, I forgot about that shit.
To be wow, how?
Are you
Wow.
Have you ever listened to the show? Anyway, to be fair, now that I think about it, you phrasing it like that, Jerry could have been upset with me for saying that he was less, or that because he was bragging about how he was the best at April Fool's Day. And I could have he could have blocked me for suggesting that, not for bringing up the face mask at all. He'd have been like, oh yeah, fuck that face mask, I got paid. But the fact that you would even suggest that I'm not the best at April Fool's Day jokes, fuck you, sir. Block. But anyway, I saw this video, and again, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, surely this must be a goof. Like, this isn't serious. Like, Jerry wasn't serious. And I watched it again because at the end, the guy explains to another guy filming it, like, so it's like, yo, what just happened? He's like, he got really mad. Like, I asked him about the Chiefs. Like, told him, and then he's like, he said he was kind of fucked me up. And I was like, wait a minute. So Jerry was serious? And I watched it back. I'm like, damn, Jerry must have been Charmin soft. Like, he's lucky he was as good as he was, because could you imagine at the line what you have to say, like a DB, like, a Darrell Revis out there talking about Revis Island, and Jerry just getting mad, fucking pissed off, like, woo, thank God Jerry was good, because holy shit, he'd have been in the penalty box all the goddamn time.
Yo, but like at the same time, like, if you watch that video, Jerry could have taken 5 dudes easy. Like, he is.
Oh yeah,
like my man.
Hey, I feel like the luckiest
I might have
man
peed
in the
myself
world.
a little bit if I was that guy with Jerry flexing up on me like that.
I feel like the luckiest man in the world. I just got blocked on Twitter. Shit, he didn't.
Are you still blocked? That's why I was going to ask you. I was like, it's been so long.
That account's
still
gone.
blocked?
So technically, no, with the account that exists in my name now. But no, I'm not really like on Twitter. So. Just that account
way to suck the wind out of that.
Also, hey man, hey,
what the fuck?
It's legendary.
This motherfucker right here. this motherfucker.
Can we? I want to do something. I want to do a reenactment. Can we do a reenactment, Scott, where I play the role of the journalist, you play the role of Jerry Rice? Can we do a little Craft Root Sports Theater with this one, where you be Jerry and I be the journalist, just so that people can get a feel for how angry he really. Oh, Jason!
God damn it! God damn it!
You deep, homie. Let's do it. Let's do a quick recreation. Okay, so I'll be the journalist. You're Jerry Rice. Okay. Hey, Jerry. Great shot on 17 there, man. Hey, I was just curious. Do you think that the wide receiver core for the 49ers are good enough to beat the Chiefs this year?
What? I will fuck you up. Come get some.
Oh, whoa, Jerry, relax. I'm legitimately curious. Like, what do you think? Do you think that the wide receiver Ayuk's demanding a trade? Like, what do you think? Like, that core, are they good enough to compete?
Ride or die for the Niners. Wu-Tang for life. I mean, I gotta hand it to Jerry's old ass though. Like,
wait, hold on.
Also, and scene.
That we can just move on.
Sorry
from this shit. Damn, bro.
I mean, that's the picture.
That's Popeyes. That's good fucking chicken, right?
That's what did it. I mean, the old face mask. But
how is that the same man as that dude?
But I do think
people at 18.
Well, I mean, they both sold out is what happened. But listen. I do love the fact that Jerry, like, he's true blue, man. Like, he may have been bitter with how it ended in San Fran, but man, he fucking rides or dies. Like, he's been the ambassador. Now he's ready to just fight a nigga for asking him a question about whether or not a wide receiving core stacks up. Like, it's like, what? I'll fuck you up, man. Like, how dare you even suggest that shit? Like, damn, Jerry, like that's hardcore. Like, if Robert Taylor comes up to me and asks me about, like, ask the same question, I'm like, I don't know, man. I hope, like, maybe. Jerry's like, I'll fucking kill you.
Come get some.
I'll give you a biscuit and a 2-piece. Go come hungry, but you're leaving full.
Oh, my tires hurt. My
Oh,
God. And he was
man,
holding
that
the
was-
driver too. Like, man, that dude could have done some damage.
All right, let's shift
God.
gears here. Let's go. We'll save that for last. Let's go to basketball real quick. This will be a quick one. God, Tyson,
Oh, God,
Broncos.
motherfucker. This is just go next.
Let's talk basketball.
Boom shakalaka!
Guys, I got a
I was gonna
headline
add-
here that
Also, isn't he Arizona Cardinals legend Jerry Rice? Or am I making that up?
No, you fucked it up. See, you'd actually had to have played for the team, and there you go. You just fucked it up. Way to go.
All right. Well,
You mookied all over yourself on that one.
fuck.
hey, at least I caught the pass. Like sometimes I boff it before I even get the ball down low. Could be worse.
This is a headline that I want to read for you guys. Bronny James wins Summer League. Like, now, listen, Bronny has had a rough summer. I'm sorry, I misread that. Bronny James wins the Summer League Call of Duty tournament. That's what happened. That's the big claim to fame that Bronny James Summer League, because it's bad. Jaylen Brown was caught where lip readers feel like he was talking to his girlfriend courtside, saying he's not an NBA player. He's lucky to be in the G League after this. Like, it's bad watching Bronny. He has not hit a 3-pointer yet. He has got just like uncontested rebounds. The last night he had more fouls than he did points. It's really rough. And I don't know how the Lakers can sit there and justify paying him the whatever $55 million or whatever that he's getting for what is out on the court right now.
Oh no, dude, he's getting $2 million. He got 8 over 4, so he's only getting $2 million a year for himself. Are you lumping LeBron in with that? I mean,
it's ridiculous what the payment is that he's getting.
I mean, he's a Jag, right? Like you got to fill the roster somehow. So might as well make it LeBron's kid.
But you don't have to fill the roster with
Right.
LeBron's kid. Like he's gonna play. They've already said he's gonna play like the first game. Like you're rolling out a kid who he's got more penalties than points in his last summer league game,
It's
and
funny because they don't even call
floor.
they call fouls.
Whatever. Fuck you.
What do you think we're talking hockey?
You son of a bitch. God damn it, Mookie.
Dude, I saw an interview or overheard it.
Mookie? I will fuck you up. You want some? Come get some.
I would like some of that chicken.
You want coleslaw with that?
Tyson wanting to know, is Bronny better than Ben Simmons? And yes, he's got the picture that I was going to
He
mention.
might be.
There
He
was
might
a
be.
guy.
That might be the bar. Ben Simmons.
There was a guy that showed up to the summer league game with a Lakers jersey and Bronny's number 9, and on the back it said Lesperm. Like that's an amazing thing that happened.
That's genius.
Scott is dead.
Hold on. Because now I've got so many more questions from the sperm. Because did he get that from like the official NBA shop? Because I know that like on NFL and MLB, they will not like they censor them shits. Like there's certain things that you could not get, and I'm pretty sure Lesperm would not pass their inspection. But if NBA,
If it's all one word, Scott, then what's that's going to flag something? As one
I
word?
don't know, but if that is an authentic NBA jersey that they made and sent out, that's incredible, dude.
It could not have been authentic, right? Like that had to be
it has to be
website that
sure.
Well,
there has to be something.
Guys,
but
there's only one way to answer
just
this question, and Sarah, this is the third Google of tonight. Let's just go check the NBA shop.
and just try to make a Lesperm.
Why not?
See if you
Although they might have it blocked out because they're like, hey, so this was not a great look.
Well, I was just gonna say, I was like, it may be flagged now. It may have
I gotta
not.
be honest, I've got the picture blown up now, guys. This does not look authentic. Like this, the way this fits on this dude.
Yeah, it's
this
not.
is
Well, I think that's screen printed. That's not even like that's not
Yeah.
even stitched, so it couldn't be. But it
Lesperm.
it's funny nonetheless. I mean, the only thing funnier, I suppose, would have been if they used the small e. Like that's the only thing missing is if they made the e small, like in LeBron. Like then I would have really said it. But Lesperm, like I like that's creative.
Hey, hold on, Mike. Should I share my screen? Because I can do it, man.
You can make it on the NBA shop. You actually can make a Lesperm jersey.
Like I ain't paid for this.
Whoa! But see, here's the thing,
think
though.
it
It doesn't
might not
necessarily mean once you get to it, it can still get flagged. Like once, because I mean, on those customizable things, like even if the system doesn't flag it initially, it doesn't mean that they won't see it and then get a hold of your ass and be like, "So we're not making this."
Cancel the order.
Right? We canceled.
Mookie, there's only
Here
one
with-
way to tell. You have to go through with it and see if you get it.
Okay, I mean, what's the worst that happens? I get a Lakers jersey that has a hilarious statement on the back. Like,
Sarah
feels like a win-win to me.
Sarah with another great joke of the night. How do you know he doesn't like French perms? Just perms.
Lay perms. That's amazing.
I got to go back to this because Chase said that the bit of Jerry Rice felt way more racist when a cop does it. And that's uncalled for, man. Not a cop. Scott, how do you feel about Bronny? Now that we've the curtain has been pulled back, he's been exposed. Like they tried all the lip service of like he's earned his spot, he deserves this, and now he's out there and he's doing this, just taking a dump on the court every single night, and then turning it in. Like, is it time to just like get over this now, or are they'll just let him play the one game and then cut him and be done with it?
I don't know what deal did LeBron sign him for? Like, was it more than a 1-day contract? Because I feel like that's the answer. Like, how long did LeBron sign his own son for? I don't know, man.
4-year deal. Mookie was right. It's a 4-year deal.
4-year deal, but LeBron has a 1-on-1 right now. So
yeah, I'm just here for the jokes.
2 years.
So like, as long as he's here and we get good material, like I overheard some interview where he was talking about like, yeah, I just feel like I haven't been able to show what I'm capable of, and I'm a really good player, and blah 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 blah. And he had scored the most he had scored in any of the games, and it was like
4.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was still single digits, whatever the fuck number it was single digits, and he still had he had other stats that were like horrendously awful, like the negative stats were all terrible, and it's just like this is what we're doing though. Like it's so weird that the Lakers have let themselves become like the show for this too. Like this just feels like some like Charlotte Hornets shit, right? Like this, like I keep. That's the part that I keep coming back to. It's just like this is the fucking Lakers. Like fuck that franchise, and it's hilarious that it's happening to them. But like they've let themselves get to this. Like, really? I don't know. But hey, fuck it. I'm here for the jokes. Like I said, as long as the shit's funny, like let's keep it rolling. Fuck it. As long as Lakers ain't winning shit this year.
Tyson wants to know Bronny versus Caitlin Clark.
I got all the money on
Bronny.
Caitlin. All the money on Caitlin.
Are we talking about 1-on-1? Because Bronny's going to
1-on-1.
smash her every day.
Shit.
Is he?
Shit.
Dude, his reach on her, he's got to have like 8 inches, 6 inches.
Well,
I don't think.
well,
All right, Sarah. These Google's 4 and 5.
I don't believe that he's got 8 inches on Caitlin Clark.
I also don't buy
Caitlin
that
Clark
she wouldn't just
6
shoot it lights out in his
That's
fucking
the
eyes.
thing. And Bronny,
Shit, he's only 2 inches taller.
yeah, exactly.
Damn, he's tiny. He's just a little guy.
I feel like Caitlin would. If you're setting the line, Caitlin may be a slight favorite in that one.
All right, wait. Game to 21. She wins by what?
I say she wins by 3.
That's yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The lower the score threshold, the better chance she's got. So
Sarah pointing out, but you should see his campaign on NBA 2K24. Solid, legit.
Well, yeah, you won $10,000 in the Call of Duty tournament, so congrats, Bronny, on winning the summer league. Scott, Angel Reese's double record ended it. I think it was 15 games. Did you see how that ended? What the New York Liberty did to prevent her from getting her double?
didn't they swat her shit into like the third row?
That may have happened, but that's not what I was referring to. What I was referring to was at the end of the game, she still needed, I think she needed like 2 more points. They quadruple teamed her.
Okay. And on that play, she got swatted to all high hell. I didn't realize that, because I saw it on the TV with no audio, so I didn't realize. I just saw everybody converge, and I just saw her shit get swatted, and it was like, oh, that's what kept her from her double streak, and I'm like, oh, well, that's a bummer. But that's hilarious that they were that denying of it. Like they teamed together and was like, fuck this bitch and her record. It ain't happening tonight. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes
tonight.
By any
That's kind of
means
amazing.
necessary.
Like I said, isn't it? It's just wild that yet here we are talking about the WNBA. I love it. Week after week now. It's like expected content. Your WNBA, WNBA, your WWNBA, because that's how it feels with the storylines and all this crazy nonsense. And that's it again. It's like, it's the old guard, that's just feels threatened by the new kids. They're just like, yo, fuck this shit. Records? Oh, she said records. Fuck her shit. We go show her about some records. All right, we gonna fuck her shit up and make sure she don't get this. And I'm not saying that they should have given it to her. Okay, it's that, but it's just hilarious that in that huddle that they were just like, yo, whatever, that bitch ain't scoring. If you gotta take her head off, she ain't scoring.
Here's what I want to know, because these storylines are great and I completely agree, but what was the score in the game at the time?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's the best part. No one knows what the fuck's actually who won, who's in the playoffs. Who gives a fuck? But
you know what? You know
who
doesn't care? But you don't know who doesn't care? The WNBA, because we're talking about them. That's all that matters.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Just watch. They're going to give them the Ohio State treatment to make sure that Caitlin and Angel both make the playoffs in a favorable position, that the bracket stacks up where they end up playing each other again. Just watch.
I don't think you can do that in a sport
you can't really
cheating.
It's
not the where you just you go.
If all of a sudden they're like, we're hiring a new head director of our referees, Tim Donaghy, I'd be a little suspect. I'd be like, whoa, maybe Mookie,
very affordable.
Mookie might be on to something. They're probably setting some
keep
things
your eye
up.
peeled.
But independent of that, there's way too many variables for them to try to control to make that happen. They're sitting there all hoping and praying that that's happening. Like every commissioner's office, does ever when you get playoffs matchups and you're just like, Jesus, we hope we get the matchups that are going to get the most eyeballs, and that, for the championship game, the one with the most interesting storyline. Oh, fuck, we got the Diamondbacks. Well, shit, this is unfortunate. Whoa, hey, come watch the Diamondbacks. Nobody watched. Got it. Cool. You hope
shit
you can.
She looks like she's got good position though. She should be able to get that in.
Well, but also they probably one of them was probably kick it out, bitch. You got 4 wide open teammates kicking out. Quit trying to be selfish and get that triple double record. What if they were
It's
daring her
not triple.
to
It's double.
Double doubles. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. What if they were daring her to do it? Like, oh, let's see if she's a selfish player or not.
Pass. I dare you to pass.
Right? Yeah. Like, see, you care about that record? I bet you won't pass.
I gotta be honest.
Better
It's
because
surprising.
imagine if in this situation the Sky are down by 2 and they 4 other players are unguarded
Wide
at the 3-point
open.
line. And they're just like, we don't care if we lose. You're just not getting another double. Like it ends now, Angel.
That's amazing.
I'm sorry, Mookie. I trampled you there. What were you gonna say?
Doesn't matter. I don't remember. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, oh no, that's what it was. 10 points ain't that much, man. That's 5 buckets. Like that's not that big a deal. How are you not gonna get 5 buckets in 4 quarters?
Because they're guarding her like this.
The whole game. Come on.
Yes, the whole game. They were
Fucking, they hit her with the Jordan rules.
The whole game. I thought they just did on the last play.
It was
If
the
they
last
did that the
play.
whole game, I
No
love that.
easy twos tonight, bitch.
Let's switch.
Also, we need a new segment real quick. Can we back up? We need a new segment called Mookie Does Math, Mr. Hey, they were down 10 points. That's 5 buckets. Like, thank you. Thank you for that.
That's all I'm saying is like,
Thank you for breaking that down.
You can't get the 10 points. Like that's the easier the 2 to accomplish.
Yeah,
You're struggling to get there.
Fair enough. It was just hilarious that you felt the need to break down how many buckets 10 points.
Well, no, because it took
For
me a
those of
second
you
to
at
figure
home
it out
who can't,
exactly.
who can't do that quickly, I'm gonna tell you, it's 5 buckets.
There's a lot going
Mookie
on
also
over
banking
here,
on
man.
Angel not taking any threes. She's only in
Right.
the
Well, she still didn't get to 10, so what's the matter? Yeah,
Well,
Scott,
and she didn't. Well,
I
and
do
she
the
didn't.
math for the ladies. Hold on.
Sarah's
Oh
fucking
shit,
killing
where'd
it.
it go?
God.
Killing it tonight, Sarah.
They're also chasing it. I guess Angel must be terrible at free throws, right? Because like they weren't worried
Yeah,
about.
she ain't getting to the foul line at all. Like, what the hell? How do you not get 10 points?
They're too funny.
5 buckets.
How do you get the 5 buckets?
Three and a third threes. Shout out 8 Mile 313. What you know about it?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
Ooh.
Record scratch. Repeat exactly what you just said, Mookie. Exactly how you just said that.
I couldn't. 313, 8 Mile up in this.
That's not what you said. But you said 3 and a third.
Three and a
Shout
third.
out. Shout out.
Shout out 313, 8 Mile up in this.
What you know about that, I think.
Oh, what you know about that? Yeah, there you go. What you know about that?
Hey, I've seen white people before. You know what I'm saying? But you motherfucker, man, you white as mayonnaise, man.
It's fine.
That's the first ever double white motherfucker on the show. That's never happened before, and I've been doing this show for
Oh
400
my gosh.
episodes.
Wow.
Amazing.
The first ever double white motherfucker. Speaking of white motherfuckers, let's talk baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Scott, we'll talk home run derby here in a second, but before we do, we got ourselves a baseball injury, my fan. Like, fantastic baseball injury, and it happened at the game I was at on Saturday because the Reds were playing the Marlins, and Dane Myers of the Marlins got called out on a check swing. They appealed. They said he went. I think he went. He got mad. He argued the call. They threw him out of the game. I did not find out until 2 days later that as he left the field and went into the clubhouse, he kicked a door and broke his foot and is out for 6 to 8 weeks.
That's funny because I had seen that story, or I overheard somebody talking about, I think I caught it on MLB radio on my way home from work on Monday. It was like somebody broke their foot and I just caught it in passing. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Then I saw the person getting held back. I did not put this all together that it happened here until you just now told that story. That is fucking hysterical. Like I was just kind of saw the story in passing. It's like, oh yeah, and he did that. And I was like, oh shit, it was here against the Reds. Wow, that's even better. Good.
I've
stuff.
been to
Good
2
times.
Reds games this year, and I've seen 2 ejections. I saw Dane Myers get kicked out of this one, and I saw David Bell get tossed earlier in the year. Like this is, I love it. I love when somebody gets thrown out of a baseball game. I love it even more when they kick a door on their way out and break their foot. Like that's
It's
so
so
big.
baseball. Yeah, it really is. It's ultimate baseball.
Rex saying,
Oh,
"It's
man.
great to hear this story last night from serious baseball."
You know what, Rex? I feel like that's a little bit uncalled for. Okay.
I don't. I mean, it is. You do have a different side of you that comes out on Backwards K, where you are very serious. You are very knowledgeable, and you don't poke fun at the sport as much. You don't really sink into baseball's gonna baseball. You keep up.
Basically, Scott, what he's saying
I
is
don't drink.
you give
How
him a
about
great stroy, on Backwards K. Clearly, Rex still keeping up with those greyhounds. So, like, that's what he's here for.
Between Mookie does math and Mookie does typos, like this show, I don't know how we're not gonna hit the top. Like he's killing it.
Same dynamite drop in.
Hey man, I'm just looking for my spots here, right? Just trying to bob and weave, trying to look for my spots. Find
you kind of hitting them like these the windows just bam.
I want to ask Rex's question here from the comment section. What's harder?
Yeah,
a hat trick in soccer, a cycle in baseball, or a triple double, obviously in basketball. I am going to go ahead and say the cycle in baseball is the hardest because I think hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do out of all three of those things anyways. So then to also add on the fact that you're hitting for the cycle, it's got to be the hardest thing out of that list.
I'm going to cop out and agree because, like, statistically, that's the thing that's happened the fewest. Like, hat tricks happen pretty often, doesn't make it easy. Triple doubles are also difficult, but they happen fairly frequently. The cycle in baseball happens a handful of times a year. Like, it's just because, like, getting a triple is like a weird sweet spot where
that's
a lot of times you'll stretch that into a inside the park. But so I think it's the cycle.
Scott, are you on board with our assumption here that the cycle is the hardest?
As the baseball expert.
Who the fuck knew that I wouldn't want to go after Mookie on a baseball topic? The motherfucker just stole everything I was gonna say. Like literally, like I'm like the reason why it's baseball is the triple. Like the triple is the one that is gonna fuck. Like nobody hits them. Like there's a handful of cycles each year, and there's only like 2 handfuls of triples hit each year. Like there's just not that many triples hit. And yeah, I mean, seeing somebody score 3 in a game is impressive, but it happens a lot, and a triple double happens frequently enough. So
Russell Westbrook ruined that for us, basically. Like,
no, I don't even think even if you took him away, again, it's just hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports, or one of the hardest things to do, and hitting a triple is even harder because you can't really try to hit a triple, if that makes sense. Like triples are almost
in the gap, or
right. Like it has to ricochet a lot of times. Yeah. Like a guy has to kind of misplay it, but not totally misplay it, so it's not ruled in the air. Like there's so many weird things that happen to have a triple, and generally you have to have speed. Like I mean, even the slowest dudes generally don't hit triples, even with the right gap placement. So like there's just a lot of factors that go into hitting for the cycle, and just the triple alone, you're like, yeah, that's the hardest fucking thing to do.
It's true. Sorry, I was looking at the All-Star game, Scott, to see where we were at. Paul
Ohtani hit a 3-1 home run for the boys.
Yes.
Woo!
Tied it up, or no, they tied it up. AL tied it up after that, so it's 3-3. So if you took that 7.5, if you hammer the over on the 7.5, you're feeling pretty good right now. It's 6 runs in the 4th inning. You're feeling pretty good about that over if you hit that 7.
Can I be honest? The finals kind of wiped me out, not financially, but just like my emotional investment in Euro and Copa. I needed to take a blow. I didn't bet on any of the All-Star game weekend stuff.
That is a shock. I'm not going to lie.
No.
It's an absolute shock. Paul Skeens, by the way, Scott, no strikeouts, 1 walk, no hits.
What is this? What is this shit that he throws? This splicer or whatever the hell they're
Splinker?
calling it. Yeah. Okay.
The splitter with that sinks. Like, I mean, it's just like it has more.
The ball goes down.
Yeah, it has more vertical downward movement than like your average splitter or sinker. Like it's like combining of that. So
I'll be back, Tyson. Don't worry. I'll be back before this weekend. I just needed a minute.
I love baseball pitch names, by the way. Like only when
they're
they
so
combine them
entertaining.
like this. Like, I mean, fastball, curveball, those are kind of boring. But when you get like a splinker, that's a great. That's a great name.
Best pitch ever, though. The Ephus pitch.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
What? Come on, for real? Okay, what you taking over that?
Knuckleball. Taking a knuckleball every single day. Because a knuckleball.
Well, wait, are we talking about the name or like the pitch itself?
If you're talking name, then Ephus
is pretty hard to beat.
I thought you meant like the actual pitch itself is like the best pitch, the Ephus pitch. I do love the name. That's up there.
Although knuckleball is still a really solid name. I mean, like it's like the knuckle puck, right? Scott knows all about that as the hockey expert.
Yeah. Mighty Ducks, motherfucker. Like, come on. Who doesn't know about the knuckle puck? God damn. Quit trying to show me up on the show.
Scott, did you watch any of the home run derby last night? Because you tend not to get into all-star festivities.
I don't because
Scott needs a time off of MLB radio. Like that's what's happening. He's recuperating as well for all the baseball he's consuming. He needs these 4 days to just take.
You're not totally wrong, but it's different. I actually the mental break that I need from fantasy baseball. I was sitting there
fantasy baseball.
I was sitting there last Thursday, and I'm like, "Jeez, the break's on Monday. I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, because it's a day in, day out grind, man. You are playing this shit every day you fuck your gambling. Fantasy baseball is where it's at. Like, you don't really know."
Can confirm fantasy baseball sucks ass.
It's the worst. It's the worst thing ever.
I think about it and move around things with it. That's also true. I couldn't watch the Derby because I had to lay flat. No, I couldn't watch the Derby because it was past my fucking bedtime because I'm old.
Did you at least hear the national anthem after the film?
No, I didn't actually hear it until just before 6:00 this morning when they had me cut it for the morning show. And I had heard it was bad, and then it was worse than I thought. It was bad. Like so bad that I think that I actually have a conspiracy theory.
Hold up. Let's do this correctly. Hang on. Joe, can you please get the music at an appropriate volume? Let's not just blast it as loud as possible. That one, Joe. All right. Scott's conspiracy theory about the MLB or the home run derby national anthem.
Look, I don't want to downplay alcoholism. It's a serious thing, and people are seriously afflicted all that. But I don't believe this bitch is checking herself into rehab and was like, she was probably drunk last night, but this bitch just can't fucking sing. That's what the fuck is happening. She got found out, and it's either one of two things. Either she got found out and she never could sing, and now she had to make an excuse, and it was easy to just be like, oh, I was drunk, look at me. Or two, she's playing up the whole drunk aspect so she could fucking, like, this whole thing was a fucking fake so that she could go viral. This is the whole 50 Cent, I'm gonna throw a horrible ass pitch and make it look horrible so everybody's talking about me the next day. Because I didn't know who this bitch was until this morning, never heard of her in my life. But here we are talking about her because she was, like, magnificently horrible. Like, this wasn't just like, oh, my voice cracked, or I forgot, I fudged a couple words. I hit him with the like our fucking boys over there with the racist shit. Like, this wasn't that. This was like actively fucking up the anthem to like an extreme level that I'm just like, I feel like she's doing this shit on purpose. So she either can't really fucking sing and it was exposed, or this fucking bitch was trying to make a name for herself.
Scott, I don't like to disagree with you very often, but I just want to recap your take that a Grammy-nominated artist.
I never heard of her.
Doesn't matter. Scott don't know.
I don't give a fuck. Who watches the Grammys? No, Grammys don't mean shit in 2024.
Scott, I know exactly who watches the Grammys.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.
Exactly.
Where's the certain people one?
Exactly. That's
Where's
what
the show is important
Grammys.
with certain people?
I don't
Damn
know.
it.
I don't know where that's at. But okay, so I just want to recap the conspiracy theory. Either the Grammy nominated artist can't sing, or she
Artist,
did it
quote.
to make a name for herself. She purposely threw the anthem to make a name for herself and is now checking into rehab to cover her tracks. Like, what? That's
Well,
the
no,
part
I mean, 'cause
where
you keep
things
gotta
kinda
be like,
fall apart.
oh, look, I've got a problem. Like, give me sympathy. But she's already made a name for herself, so you know.
Oh, so you're saying she's doing rehab like just to get the sympathy factor of like, well, we can't make fun of her performance now because she's
Yes. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
Like,
Good
oh
twist. That's a good twist.
no,
So
like I
take rehab
had to go to
That's
I had
like
to go to
Richmond
rehab.
Rehab,
because-
too, right?
to cover. Okay, you might have won me back over. This is a solid conspiracy theory. I can get behind this one. I kind of like it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what my thought was. Because again, this is somebody who 24 hours ago, if you said the name, okay, all right, apparently she won a Grammy, but who gives a shit about a Grammy these
She didn't
days,
win.
right?
She was nominated. She
Whatever. Oh, even worse, the bitch couldn't
You
win a
think I give a
Grammy.
fuck about
God, she's fucking. She's fucking pathetic. She couldn't even win a Grammy.
She can't win a Grammy. I want
no
an Emmy.
wonder.
Like, get your
No
shit together
wonder
here.
she. No wonder.
Can't win a
right.
Grammy. That's
No. Well played. No
Weed.
wonder she threw
Weed.
the anthem. She can't even win a Grammy. I'd fucking
She's
throw
less
the
than I
anthem too.
am
I'd be like,
in
this
terms of
career's
trophies.
going nowhere. You know what'd be best? MLB, who doesn't check my credentials. I'll just fucking throw this national anthem. I'll be the talk of the entire country.
Well, what's her name then, Scott?
I still don't know.
Well, see, exactly. So it kind of didn't work, right? I mean,
It's like I just know she's like, you know, here's
Finger
what
handed.
we'll call here's what we'll call her. Not Hawk Tua girl. That's her new name. Not Hawk Tua girl.
that's solid. You know what? The next time we're going to hear about her, too, is going to be when she gets out of rehab and releases an album. And they'll be like, who? And they'll be like, you remember that chick from Emily All-Star
Right.
Game? And they're like, oh! And still not buy the album.
Yes, exactly.
Dyson said, remember when Ashley Simpson got caught lip syncing on SNL or singing over a backing track? Same thing, no talent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
except she turned it into a career. Like, you know, she did all right with the Lachey brother and everything. It's fine.
Wrong Simpson, but I like that.
Wow,
Oh,
you-
just Simpson. Yeah, that's the other one.
Jesus, bro. Come on.
So she turned it into a career with the Lachey brother. Like
Right?
Jessica Simpson was a nobody before that, and then married Nick Lachey.
Well,
and all
yeah,
of a
they
sudden
had a reality
rocketed to
TV
stardom.
show like in their late adulthood together.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she's been putting
That's
cash
what
for a
did
while.
It was her getting with Nick Lachey, not her being an immensely popular pop singer.
She was the third wheel. You had Brittany, Christina, and then there's Jessica over here. Like,
I'm sorry, I cannot stand for the Jessica Simpson slander. She was not third wheel.
she absolutely was
insanely popular at the time
with
which-
certain people.
How she go?
Actually, he's got you there. I mean, all the way up. I was with you all the way until the 1 yard line there, Mike. But at the goal line, he might have stripped you.
He came up with a Leon Let move right there with the shutting people. I give him the props. That was well done. It's my fault. It's my fault. I had the ball out.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you gotta tuck
went
that
Don
back.
BB and just fucking slapped it out of my hand with certain people, and here we are. Well done, Mookie. Congrats on your first W of the night.
Yeah. Nothing to write home about, I'll tell you.
All right, so the home run derby happened. The funniest part to me was Pete Alonso flaming out in the first round and not making it past. After it was Pete Alonso back to defend. He's going for 3 home run derby championships. The only player to do it since Ken Griffey Jr. And Pete Alonso takes this seriously, and then he didn't get out of the first round, and I found that hilarious. The only downside was I wanted to see him meditating and doing deadlifts in his Mets uniform in between rounds, so we were robbed of that opportunity. Scott, what do you think? I know you didn't watch, but what do you think about the format they rolled out this year? Because in years past, it's been bracket style. This time around, they had all 8 contestants go. The top 4 home run getters moved on to the next round, and then they went into a bracket style tournament. So how do you feel about this format as compared to years past?
I don't know. It's getting just weird, right? Now it's not getting as antiquated as the slam dunk contest, but it's getting close because it feels like every year now they're changing the rules of the format or just some aspect of it. They're always tweaking, and I'm just like, why do I have to read up on a rules refresher for the fucking home run derby when the concept should just be simple? Who hit the most goddamn home runs? Like, why are there so many rules to this shit now? Like, I don't understand. And why did they have to tweak them and do all that nonsense? As long as we don't have some asshat who's sitting there like striking folks out, zipping them in there when these dudes just need to have the soft toss, and then they're like, I'm good. Like, hell, line them all up, and they're like, there's no brackets. It's just everybody's just hitting the most home runs. And then like, that's it.
Damn it, Mookie! Damn it! Up yours.
For Craig. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
You know what's amazing about that too is watching the determination in Mike's eyes. He thought he almost had me for once, and then Mookie fucking Mookied the shit out of him on that. Thank you, Mookie, for the assist, the unintentional assist. Because I was wondering. I was like, well, Mike looks so ready, like he's just like gearing up, and then you fucking see him do it, and then as soon as it clicks out, it's like, oh, you idiots did it at the same time. Good stuff.
And I was scrambling too. Last week I was sitting there hovering and he beat me to it. But this time I was like, oh shit, Rex Bright. Shit, fuck it.
Well, Mike, I could tell that Mike, as soon as I realized what had happened, I'm like, oh, that motherfucker was leading me on. He set me up. He watched the clock, and like a good radio timing host, he was
with
like,
that hard out.
I'm gonna ask this motherfucker the question so that he has to answer it, and he's the one
100%.
Oh, I know. Like,
I was like,
son of a
I
bitch.
am starting this question so that Scott starts to answer at 129 because he's gonna go for longer than a minute on this one, and I got him. I fucking got him for the first time in weeks. I have the upper hand, and I'm gonna get to play the horn on him and suck at Scott, and then Mookie fucking hit it too. Oh, god damn it! My moment was ruined.
It's good stuff.
I'm ready to go crazy because the Celtics are going all the way.
Just sitting there, not even paying attention to the show. You don't contribute jack shit except making fun of women, like ripping on females, and then fucking up my jokes.
Now, of course, that's where you're going to go with it. Okay.
It's not me. It's not me, Mookie. It's the fans, the listeners. Because Sarah said ultimate sexist answer.
I was wondering why you didn't call that out immediately. I was like, shit. I don't know. Jessica Simpson bothers me. She always has. She just, she's not that good.
You've never seen Dukes of Hazzard, and I'm so mad at you.
Oh my god, that was like the second era of her career. Like actually third, if that. But whatever. Fine.
That same time, overtime butt was an all-timer. Thank you, Mookie.
So
that's so good.
He's so mad about it too, and I'm gonna forget about it in 5 minutes.
I had you. Oh,
yeah,
and it was there was a couple of times I'm like scrambling because it sounded like you were gonna stop talking. I was like, I gotta follow up. I gotta come up with a follow-up here to get him talking again and get him going. And I had a couple opportunities where I was like, oh no, he's still going. We're good. We're good. We're gonna hit it.
As after I realized what happened with the button being hit at the same time, I'm like, now it all makes sense. I was watching you in the smaller frame and your facial reactions and your tells. I'm like, oh, now I know what this motherfucker was doing. He was trying to make sure he could get me. Well played, but you got.
I was staring at the computer so that as soon as it hit 9:30, I had put my mouse over the drop and had it just sitting there and wasn't even looking. I didn't want to have to waste a second to look over to this screen and find the drop. It was there. It was ready. It was hovering, and I was staring at that clock. And as soon as it hit 9:30, the double.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
Mookie and I
part
both
to
walked
me
the
is
same time.
I looked at the clock. I was 20 seconds late. So like, if I had been paying attention, I would have scooped you way sooner.
You can't go off of the time of the stream. You have to go off of the computer time and
well, see now, but
it's a little bit off from the actual time. We don't go live exactly at 8:00 We go a little bit early.
But we don't know free pizza, do we?
We don't know free pizza. We go
as long as it's not 8:01 in 0 seconds.
No,
right?
we go a little early, and then
That's fair.
So disappointed. God damn it, man.
But also Tyson's most recent comment is pretty spot on. Like that's really at the end of the day, like that's why what Mookie said was so fucking egregious.
I regret putting that on the screen.
Yeah,
I didn't read it all the way through when I put it on the screen. I was like,
I was wondering. I didn't say you meant. I didn't mean for you to put it up there. I just said that last comment. I thought you just gotta read it.
You know I'm Ron Burgundy. I read whatever's put in front of me. I saw,
but only headlines, nothing more.
Very quickly, and I was like, nearly $1 billion. Yeah, let's throw this one up. Oh, look at that. Very
God.
Oh, hard right.
And he got you.
Oh man,
I fucking did that one. Scott, I don't like the format. Is what this comes down to. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I figured if you were asking it's because you didn't like it. Like I said, it's each year it gets more convoluted. Like,
and it's even weirder this year because not only is it like the top 8 or all 8 go and the top 4 move on, but then there's rules in that round where it was you get 40 pitches or a certain amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to 10 outs.
Yeah.
Like you get 10 outs. As soon as 10 outs is done, you're out. Like go back to make the home run derby great again. Okay,
but is 10 the right number of outs?
Yes.
Like I'm
all
for
right number of outs. It was the right number of outs for years. And then
when I was playing in King Griffey Baseball Home Run Derby, 10 outs wasn't enough. So I just feel like maybe like 15?
That's because you suck.
I was just gonna say that's because you're terrible.
But also, is 10 outs the right number?
Yes.
10 outs is the right number.
It really is.
All right. Well, I'll bow to the experts here.
If you want to, you could put a time limit on it. You can say it's 10 outs or this time. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But give me 10 outs, not this 40 pitches, not the whatever. Like this is not if you hit 450 feet, then you get bonus time. And then if you get a home run in bonus time, that's like 400 feet, then you get an extra out added. Too much shit. You get 10 outs. You move on. You get 10 outs. You can do bracket style if you want. 10 outs, fucking done.
I said, it's gotten convoluted. Like every year, I'm like, so, like, where's the primer? Like, what am I looking at? Who moves on and how do they move on? And then it starts. And again, I don't even get to watch most of it. But like, anytime I have seen it, it's just been like, I don't know what's going on. Like, just somebody just let me know when it's the finals. Like when is it just the last 2 seeing how many they hit? Like that's really all I'm here for, right? Like I mean, because the whole thing kind of started where they started changing the rules because you had the issue where when people face off, sometimes they're hitting all these home runs and they're beating folks, and then sometimes people are sneaking through with like less, and then you get these but like fuck all that. Like there's no real way to kind of like avoid that unless you just say, yo, it's 10 and it's a fucking round robin. If it's however many you hit this round, and we just keep eliminating you by the least amount you hit, like until we get to the fucking end. That's it. Like, that's it.
Put a time limit on it. You could say, here's 8 guys competing. Bottom 4 chopped off. All right, next one. Here we go. 2 chopped off. We're in the finals, and then cumulative score. Cumulative score, not this bullshit of like whatever you hit in this round.
Yes,
because
the most home
guy
win.
Hit 50 in the second round.
Yes,
have that help him in the finals.
Exactly. It's a home run derby. The person who hits the most home runs should win. Period. End of sentence. End of story. End of contest.
I love how old you both sound right now because you're both like, it should just be this, the home runs you hit, and I don't understand it, so I don't like it.
No, I understand it. It's
Yeah,
stupid.
I was going to say, I understand it. It's just too much.
Hmm.
They're making it overly complicated when it's as simple as, the original concept is just, hey, we should have a contest where we see who can hit the most home runs. That's the basic principle. Just stick with it.
Almost made it all episode.
I know. I was looking at it and I was
so
like,
close.
You know what? Fucking overtime cost me. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't want this on my...
Mike,
I'm
waiting for you to put this one back up, and I'm like, dude, that's not cool, man. Like, can we get the real picture of Scott you had earlier? Juries.
God damn it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, that's better than nothing.
That is
And now I'm all the way gone. No. I know I was gonna say, but like my screen is like black. Like I can't see much.
Hold on a minute.
Earlier in the show.
Race card.
I know why your screen's got to be black.
Wait, well, because it is. It's beautiful. Wait, so can you still see me?
Change your yeah, I can still see you. Change your camera input
moving,
and then
though.
change it back, and I bet you it brings you back. One last thing on the home run derby. Nope,
it did not. It did not.
It's a different
spoiler alert.
picture of him,
It
though,
did
at
not.
least. I mean,
the last thing I want to say about the home run derby for anybody that watched it, the pitchers were like 3 feet away this year. It was the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen, where normally the pitchers are like, they're not on the mound, but they're a decent ways back. It was the close. I was afraid people were going to get killed. At like that little kid that Miggy hit a few years ago. Like I thought the net was like from it was barely outside of the dirt around home plate. Like it was a soft toss home run derby. Very bizarre. Scott, your camera's finally working again.
So Tyson saying that version of Scott doesn't have back problems.
And Sarah saying you want an Elam ending, but for baseball, not just but for the home run derby. Yes, there should be an Elam ending. That's a good call out. I can support that. All right, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking, boys. As always, we're rating them on Caesar's scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what was in your mug, dog or no dog?
Our good friends over at Southern Tier Brewery have done it again. This time it's a collaboration with the famous Perry's Ice Cream. Orange Twist Imperial Ale, 8.6%. It's orange. It's cream. It tastes like a creamsicle and it gets you fucked up. It's a dog. I don't got anything else to say.
What else do you need to say? I mean, I feel similar about my beers from Trogs Independent Brewing, Nugget Nectar. Absolute dog. This thing was a nice red ale, double imperial, but still smooth. Had the nice hops, wasn't bitter. Absolute dog.
Fantastic. I was drinking the Belgian wheat beer ale from High Grain here in Cincinnati because that was in my fridge. I've had it before. It's great. It's good beer. I like it. I like everything at High Grain. They're good people there too. Guys, you know what tonight was? This was a show. Why were you so
late? I don't know, man. But shout out Matt Barr. Hope you survived Mexico. Come on home safe.
Wrong outro music. That's the one that gets us killed, Joe.
Band. We're gonna be throttled an hour and 43 minutes in.
You got.
Besides, our newest shit's fire anyway.
It is fire. This is way better. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for pausing your college football online dynasty to come hang out with us for a little bit. We really appreciate it. It's awesome to see all the comments and everybody in the chat. So thank you so much. Let's get us up to 500. We're at 250 subs now. Let's get to 500. So take the show, share it out to a friend that'll like it. Tell them to sub. Tell them to join in the comment section. Help us out. Let's grow this bitch. Also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all of those at Crafty Sports. Join the Facebook group. It's really the only reason to stay on Facebook is it's successful and I hate it. But I love the group. And it's basically the show in between the show. It's the comment section from the like, so go join that. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. And all the great podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Media Network are Really supportive, awesome dudes. So go check them out. Celebrate and review to those days. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
That's it. That's the show. 1, 2, 3.
You'll never walk alone, dog.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on.